Mocha Mousse, we're ending the year the way we started the year, with the Pantone color of the year. Today, a Mocha Mousse influenced cornucopia. Let me show you how it's done. For this design, using many different supplies. For the base mechanics, the cornucopia is pre-made plastic liner, but I'm going to use the Oasis Renewal Foam, the new compostable, and to anchor that in place, using half of a U-glue strip onto an anchor pin, pulling that off, and then securing it right down to the liner. That way I can put the foam in place and it will anchor without having to tape it. Additionally, I'll be using the beautiful cymbidium orchids. On the spike, they're grand, but the spike doesn't fit in here. So cutting them off and then using a water tube filled with fresh water and then placing the orchid directly in so that I can design with that later. For the grapes, using artificial grapes so I don't have to worry about them falling off, squishing, and then using a bit of bind wire, just cutting off a piece, lashing it around, securing, and then repeating it with a second cluster. And once you have those merged together, you can take that bit of bind wire, determine where you want it to be, and then using the pick machine, clamp it forward, set it in, and now you have a perfect artificial stem that you can use when you're working into the foam. As I begin, think back to Basic Flow Design 1, score your corners, give yourself a nice flat surface. Then to create some interest and unity, I'm going to use some willow whips. These are from Teacher Michelle's yard, and if I add these in, they pick up the color from the cornucopia itself and will add movement. So I just take bits, give it a cut, place it into the foam, and repeat. Finding the perfect spot. And then once that's in there, I can go back and wind it so it pulls together. Just kind of weaving it, knotting. Creating a bit of an armature can bring some back, winding it around, and then tying it to the cornucopia itself. And then continue doing that, pulling all the pieces together. Creating beautiful movement. You can use the pick machine and reinsert it back into the foam. And then going back with the grapes and letting them drape over, spilling out onto the tabletop, and then draping through all your willow. And then as you work, you can go back, take additional bits of the willow and wind it and pull it. As you work, just keep winding. You can pull it in and around, making decisions, adding picks as you desire, and bringing it back and tucking, looking for all the little pieces that maybe you want to bring down and tie in place, and then adding additional grapes to finish filling in, to give that movement so that it fills from the top to the bottom, and then also through the middle. So just tucking it, finding the perfect spot, weaving it, and inserting it in, and letting it kind of wind out and over. And then continue repeating until you're happy with all the armature and ready to add flowers. The roses, tinted. Yes, it's artificial. This isn't the true color. But with all of the popularity of Mocha Mousse, since that was the color of the year with Pantone, there's so many options to bring that color in and enhance the design. You can see weaving it below the willow and then bringing another one a little bit taller above the willow, picking up that color, carrying it through the design, and creating lines, drawing your eye in and then back up through the top. I know some people love tinted roses, some hate. How do you feel about them? They are perfect for this particular arrangement, and they're going to hold so well. Bring it out, drawing it to the base, extending the line, making sure it's down into the foam, pulling out that leaf. Doesn't really need to be there, but drawing your eye up and through, and adding one more, get a little more fullness, making sure it looks good on both sides, and then coming back, adding a bit of ruscus. That soft green will help finish, filling in, adding another rose, adding a bit more ruscus, turning it so you can see it from both sides, and filling in until you're ready for the orchids. As I finish, I go back to my orchids, already tubed, and then finding the perfect spot to tuck them in. Thinking about the fact that they like to have that conversation. Orchids are social creatures. Think back to floral design, the heads coming together. And then bringing it around to the opposite side, pulling it through. And you can go back and add a few more grapes, determining where they need to go, picking it, setting that in, and then looking at it for foliage, roses, grapes, and orchids, and finish filling. The recipe, I started with 5 strands of the willow whips and then wound that around. To fill in with foliage, I used 3 stems of ruscus. For the artificial grapes, 10 clusters wound throughout. Then for the flowers, just 5 blooms from the cymbidium and 5 of the tinted roses finish it off. The abundance of the season, perfect with the cornucopia. The Mocha Mousse influence, perfect for the year. You'll find more creative inspiration on the website, flowerschool.com. If you have questions, you can reach us through there. But now it's your turn. Create your own abundant centerpiece. Be sure to take a picture, post it on social media, and hashtag Floral Design Institute. That way we all can see what you do as you do something you love.